We don't lay the dead around here. Let's go.
Pull up on the scene, yeah, you know what it is. Exposing all these fakes, they be playing with the biz. Lighting up the blunt while I'm calling out the grift. Talk slick that, now you caught up in the rift. Ain't no seance, no summon, no ghosts, but I'll haunt these frauds when they doing the most. Gummies in my system, yeah, I'm vibing real chill. Till they cross the line, then I'm going for the kill. Chosen don't play, yeah, you better step back. Call out the cat, put the truth on the map. Roll up the blunt, let the real ones relax. But cross that line, ain't no coming back. Chosen don't play, we don't mess with that fake. Keep it 100, we ain't here for no snakes. Light one up, let the smoke elevate. But test my vibe, watch the whole earth shake.
Talking real loud, but they moving like clowns. Trying to raise the dead, now we put them in the ground. Channel stay lit, yeah, the truth going viral. Step into the smoke, now they stuck in survival. Name in their mouth, but they scared to address me. Chosen keep it raw, never switching up the message. Chill when I'm cool, but don't push me too far. Flip the whole scene like I'm breaking the bar.
I don't do the gimmicks, I don't do the lies. If you want a fake tip, better recognize. Blood stay rolled and the vibe stay high. But mess with the squad, watch the real one rise. Jonesy don't play, yeah, you better step back. Call out the cat, put the truth on the map. Roll up the blunt, let the real ones relax. But cross that line, ain't no coming back. Jonesy don't play, we don't mess with that fake. Keep it 100, we ain't here for no snakes. Light one up, let the smoke elevate. But test my vibe, watch the whole earth shake.
Yeah, we don't lay the dead around here. But we bury alive.
Jonesy. Ow.
Did you miss me? Maybe it's time I remind you of who I am.
Got a monster inside of me, you better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy. To be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the sword. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more, freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded.
And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
He's back and better than ever. I can feel my heart rate, adrenaline pressure. It's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. So, he locked away inside with the key control, by fight or flight.
And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Toxic fumes, everybody's breath a weapon. Trauma traded, sold then swapped like seconds. Britney's panel, a circus of suspicion. Illuminati spitting venom, no contrition. Craig's noise in the back, static on repeat. Every word a trip wire, chaos in the street. Creators slicing wounds just to sell the scars. Every live a battlefield, war of avatars. F-U-E, the anthem, the creed. The great games decree, we don't bow, we don't bleed. F-U-E, to the fakes and the frauds. Everyone's a villain, applause for the flawed. Illuminati's bile, a bully's occupation. Vile words fly, no room for conversation.
Good morning.
Up the flames, Cletus saturated, drowning in the games. Men abusing women, the app's dark tradition. Scripts written nightly, twisted compositions. Algorithms thrive on this wicked divide. Every comment a dagger, every post a slide. Into madness, a stage where the crew reside. F-U-E, we stand while the rest collide. F-U-E, the anthem, the creed. The great games decree, we don't bow, we don't bleed. F-U-E, to the fakes and the frauds. Everyone's
Check your emoji.
applause for the flawed.
You remember.
F-U-E, anthem, the creed. The great games decree, we don't bow, we don't plead. F-U-E, to the fakes and the frauds. Everyone's a villain, applause for the flawed.
Thank you so much for the gifted membership. As soon as we start, sweet Andy, thank you.
I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Make sure if you got it, you thank Andy. Y'all, I came on here with one subject matter and I was derailed to another subject matter because supposedly there's somebody else that's on. Okay, so as you see on the screen, you got Granny. I don't know who's in the middle, and then you got Emily Pickles. Emily Pickles is a Hive member. And supposedly, so this is how we're going to jump off on this because, yes, Granny's still live, but I'm going to fair use it. But I want to see what they're saying because supposedly it went off the tracks. And now Emily Pickles is being accused of being an HOA member. And I feel like I need to disavow that as much as I possibly can. Hold on, let me see. Ooh. I don't understand why Emily Pickles is being associated with us, but that's a no, bruh. That's a no. So I guess we're, before we go into T-Rev, because y'all, he went on a stream talking about how much he hates true crimers, and it's like, bro, you do not have the audacity to do that. The fuck are you doing? But before we do that, I guess we're gonna get in on this and see what's going on because I didn't have time to see it. So let's go. Let me put it on speed.
What's going on, Emily? What the hell's the problem today?
She said in the back.
Now.
In the back, she said, hold on.
That's Clue's fat ass sitting up there in the middle. Okay.
Hold on, please. Strap in, melons. Here we go.
Yeah,
Thank you,
no,
for doing that.
no, they don't get the memo, Jules. We are planning a funeral for the HOA, a memorial service for the HOA. And even though we buried the motherfucking HOA, they will still keep using it because that's what, I guess it's the easiest way to sum us all up into one. And it also allows them to skirt shit without calling people out. Oh, before we keep on with this, I do want to say I heard that on this same stream, and again, I haven't had time to go through it and listen. Granny called for me to call what Craig said out about something about the cat. Listen, bitch, I've had a blissful fucking weekend doing real life, having a good time. I've checked in here and there. I did hear a clip of what he supposedly said, but I couldn't even fucking understand anything. His drunk ass, I could not understand what he was saying. Maybe that's just me. I was really confused. And here's my take on it. There ain't no fucking telling what's going to come out of that idiot's mouth at any given time. Sorry, not sorry. But what I'm doing right now is I'm staying out of it. I've kind of taken a step back from it because Brittany J went live and said, you know, I'm going to do better. I'm going to stop falling asleep on stream. And all these things, right? And so I was like, okay, well, she says she's going to do better. Let's see. So right now I'm in the wait and see sector. Like, I'm just kind of hanging out to see what goes on. But yeah, I couldn't understand what Craig was saying about the cat. Or his 8-inch thing. But I'm not willing to immediately go to bestiality. Sorry, not sorry. That's some fuck shit. So you want to know my take on it? My take on it is I'm not surprised at anything that comes out of that motherfucker's mouth, which is why I've told her she needs to keep him out of the background. She is a grown-ass woman. Y'all act like y'all think that I'm like so close to Brittany J that if she doesn't straight, get her shit in line, right, and start doing streams at least the way she used to, that I'm just going to be so upset and I'm just going to turn against Brittany J. No, I have no dog in the race. If she doesn't do better, that's sad, but it ain't my problem. If she does do better, then that's great, and I'm happy for her. It ain't my problem still. I'm just simply having an opinion of what I've seen going on here. And what's going on here is you got a group of individuals attacking one person. Let it be one-on-one. Shit. Let it be one-on-one. Y'all can't do that. Y'all go all day, all night fucking streaming Brittany J. It's weird. It's obsessive. I heard Cletus did a whole dramatic exit the other day because he was just going to fucking lose it. Listen, if y'all be letting people on the internet get you that wound up, like, it's a personal problem. It's nobody else's problem. But right now I'm in the wait and see section. That's where I am. And I don't care what Brittany decides to do. If she continues on the path she's going on, then so be it. It just is what it is for her. If she does better and gets better and makes sure that she's given her subs what's necessary as a creator, then good for her. Okay? Cletus is worse than a woman. And I was sent a clip of Clue saying, oh God, fiance can't stand that bitch talking about me. Anytime I try to cut her on, he's got to go out of the room. He says she's the ugliest fucking thing he's ever seen in his fucking life. He can't stand to see her. No, it ain't about seeing me, bitch, because I'm not always on the camera. What it is your man don't like the truth. The man don't like being called out for his obsessive, weird behavior. Clock it. Great gang, gang, gang. I agree to an extent, Titanium, but she's been recently, right? When she's, falling asleep and shit like that. I even did my own Audacity video saying, like, if you're going to cover true crime, you cannot be falling asleep. Like, this is not going to be tolerated. People are just going to continue to come down on you, and I will be one of them. But we haven't really given a chance to see growth or to allow growth. There was a comment made that was sent to me by Bree, and Bree says she is just done with Nonsense and Jones and wants Nonsense and Jones and gave credit to Brittany for doing better with her true crime. Get the fuck over it, Bree. I don't need you. I'm not here for you. The point is, what she did by stopping a rumor about Summer Wells in itself showed that she's doing better, or she's at least trying to. That's what we gave credit to. That is it. That is all. I also went into Dolly's this past weekend. I sent him a mess or a super chat, and I said, because he was talking about Emmanuel's case, and I sent him a super chat, and I said, I'm actually really proud of the way you handled Emmanuel's case, being outside of Emmanuel's house. And he was like, thank you, Jones, and I appreciate that. I feel like I learned my lesson from Georgia. Like, I just don't want to be that person. I said, no, it wasn't you. It was everybody else this time. He said, I know. And as soon as everybody else started showing their ass, he said, I stepped away. I said, I seen it. I'm fucking proud of you for that. Like, I'm all about grace and being willing to see growth, because that's what I expect for myself. I expect that people want to see me grow. I expect that people want to see me do better. But very quickly in this hateful YouTube realm, you realize nobody wants to see anybody do better. They all just want to be negative Nancy's and hateful and miserable human beings. That's it. That's all. That's what it comes down to. I still don't agree with everything Dolly does, but when you're talking about the Emmanuel case, I'm listening in. I felt the need to super chat and be like, bro, I seen you. You was doing the damn thing. You did everything right that time. Me too. Me too, Titanium. Me too. Brittany, it's no secret. Brittany knows how I feel. She knows I feel like she knows how I feel about her old man. It's her old man though, and it's who she chooses to be with. So that I try to take that out of the equation for me. Like, I try not to harp on his bullshit, but she knows I feel like he should take him out of the background. She knows I feel like she should fix her schedule, because life revolves around a schedule. Hey, Mac, a steady schedule. Hey, everybody coming in. Life revolves around a steady schedule, right? You're going to continue to struggle if you're staying up all night long, taking the kids to school, going to sleep while the kids are at school, getting the kids from school, doing dinner, doing household chores, going live, and doing the repeat over and over and over. It's going to fucking drive you insane. That is not a good schedule. To me, if I had any advice to give, I would say, don't go live tonight. Go to bed at a decent time. Wake up, take your kids to school, and come live when you get home. Or actually, I would say, take your kids to school, get home, do your housework that you need to do, like every morning before I get on this live stream. I come in, I pick up dog toys that are out in the floor. I make my bed. I load my dishwasher, throw some laundry on if it's needed. I do all my pickup right before I do my live stream. And then I do my live stream. Because think about it, my schedule is similar to hers because I'm a bus driver. So I go to bed about 10:30 every night. I wake up. I go to work. I get home in the morning. I clean the house. I go live. I get off my live. I go back to work, which for her would be going back to pick up the boys. I go back to work. I come home. I do dinner. We get baths. And we get settled in for the night. And I plan kind of what my next stream is going to be in that time, right? That time before we go to sleep. So I'm saying, like, if you don't have a legit schedule like that, it's gonna be hard to operate. It just is. Yeah, I mean, that's right. You always, if you're gonna be on camera, you gotta make sure your camera ready. I'm just saying, like, she would benefit, her and her whole family. I ain't even gonna say, I'm sorry, this might be the hater side of me. Her and those kids, I don't give a fuck about him. Her and those kids would benefit majorly from a reset of a schedule and putting in the time and effort and work to do that schedule and to stick to it. Landry, it isn't. Hold on. Jason, is that with or without discount? Can I get what y'all trying to get discounts for? It is. The HOA is dead. I don't know because like, what are we doing? We can't bring the community together anymore with the HOA, which is what we were trying to do. We were trying to bring everybody in except B10. Yes, it would be the perfect schedule for her. All it takes is not going live tonight. Don't go live tonight. Get you a plan. Instead of going live tonight, get dinner done, get baths done, get settled down in your bed, watch some YouTube, and make out kind of like a plan for what you're going to go live with the next morning. Go to sleep, wake up, take your kids to school, get the house clean. Boom, you got a live for at least 4 hours before the kids are ready to be picked up. No, we haven't been live. We've all been just doing real life this weekend, and it's been amazing. I love it, and it's been beautiful weather here this weekend. But no, the HOA ain't saying shit. But apparently, Granny called for me to say something about what Craig said about the cat or something, and I did hear. Like I said, I did hear the clip, but I didn't understand it. Bruh was drunker than Cooter Brown. I couldn't even understand half the shit he was saying. So there's that. But it doesn't surprise me. That's the best way I can put it. Hey, Truth Seeker, it doesn't surprise me. Also, I did want to mention, I seen Truth Seeker in here. I did watch Sinner the other day, and listen, he sounds good. I'm proud of him sounding good because I do care about him. And I heard him say, Jones, and I hope y'all are paying attention because I really am trying to do better. And I am paying attention. I want to make it known I am paying attention, but don't do better for us. Don't do better for me and what I can roll with morally. Just do better for yourself because you have a stronger argument when you don't go as low as them, no matter how much we want to go as low. You know what I'm saying? So your argument substantiates theirs trumps theirs. That's a better word. Trumps theirs if we don't allow ourselves to go there. But I did appreciate him saying that because that means that he does value certain things for me the same way I valued certain things for him. I'm glad to hear he's back on the wagon and that things are looking up for him. Even if she's sitting there sleeping and that's what he says to her. Strange. About the cat, you can barely let me pull it up. Hold on. But who fucking knows what he's talking about? He was drunker than Cooter Brown. That's my point. Like, was he even in it enough to, know what the fuck he was saying? I don't know. Let's share this tab and go over here. I think Hartley posted it. Videos. This one. See, this is the one I watched. Oh, let me slow it down. It's on normal. Okay. See, the words ain't matching to what's coming through on my headphones, so I'm struggling a little bit. Hold on. Let's watch it again. Let me make sure my volume's still okay. It is. All right. Let's listen. Something about whatever I want.
Charlie.
Bullshit.
I understood bullshit right there. Everything else I didn't understand. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
What's your pretty eye?
I want your pretty, or I want your eyes. I want your pretty eyes. I'm listening to it without watching the words because the words are deceiving because the words don't match some of it, in my opinion.
I have no idea.
Okay, so he's laughing. She's sitting there trying to do coverage of Charlie Kirk's wife. Ugh.
But they have
You don't like daddy anymore.
Couldn't understand the fucking word he said right there. Hold on.
full
You don't
love.
like me because I'm bad now. I mean, we fell.
You don't like me because I'm bad now, I think is what he said right there.
Down daddy
Yeah.
brown eyes, and I'll give you my brown eyes.
Daddy brown eyes, and I'll give you my brown eyes.
You don't want to give up your yellow eyes.
Are you gonna give up your yellow eyes? So is he talking to
You're mad because the thing was
Couldn't understand any of that.
you be mad. You mad. She's mad. She's mad
I'm telling y'all what I can hear. She's mad.
because I said that I want her eyes.
She's mad because I said that I want her eyes. So I'm guessing he's saying the cat is upset with him because he's saying he wants her eyes. Like she can have his brown eyes and he wants her yellow eyes, is what I'm taking from this. I don't know.
It's a joke. Joke's on you. You're mad. You're holding the grudge because of what I said. Okay.
Still didn't understand any of that.
Okay, that's what you want to be. Okay, then. You want it. You love me so much. You love me.
I didn't understand any of that.
Why not? Do I not love you enough?
Oh my goodness.
And now he's talking, I think, to Brittany. Why not? Do I not love you enough?
Let's see.
Am I not your best friend?
Craig, you gotta let me go to sleep.
Am I not your best friend? So I don't know what the fuck you want me to say about this, Greenie, but none of it made any sense. And that's what I'm rolling with because I didn't understand any of that. Am I crazy? I mean, I didn't hear anything sexual or anything like that. Yeah, Zero Jules, that's true. No matter what, people pick up on certain things from people talking. So you're gonna hear things differently anyways. Oh, now they go live for hours and say he has sex with cats. Yeah, the bestiality is not the first thing I jump to when I hear that. What other clip is there, Lindsay? You want to drop it in the chat and I'll pull it up. About the 8 inches? Okay. Hey, Tara. Yeah, he's just mean. Listen, she's chosen. No, on that clip, there's no mention of the 8-inch, Kim. But this is who she's chosen to spend her life with. Like, if that's her choice, that's her choice. Who am I to say anything about it? And just because she makes that choice doesn't mean I don't pity it, you know? Okay. Petty posted it. Oh, okay. I think Lindsay went to grab the link. Yeah, she did. Okay, let me pull up my YouTube and click the link. Because that's the only one I've heard so far. And click. All right, come on. All right, there it is. So, hold on. It's starting to play. Oh, it's a fast clip. Jesus Christ. That one was quick. All right, let's see. Let me go back. It's a 20-second clip.
But I've got a culture of two. Brighter than your blue. And an 8-inch cock, and I'm breathing you. Come here.
What in the world? Oh my God. He did not.
I don't understand.
Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
I don't understand. I still don't see how that's him talking to a cat. Oh, it sounds like ramblings of a drunk motherfucker is what it sounds like. Like nothing is making sense. I'm sorry. If you've never dealt with an alcoholic, you won't understand my thought process and what I'm taking from these things. I've lived with it before. I've endured it. And that's what it sounds like to me. Like a bunch of rambling nonsense. No pun intended. And it doesn't make any sense to me. It did sound like he smacked her ass. I don't know what's going. He thinks he's a poet. I'll replay it. Let me see. Because I try not to watch the words that people put up here, especially not when it's coming from a hateful place, because that can kind of direct you into believing that what's being said by the voice is what you see as the words, and that's not always true.
But I've got a culture of two.
But I'm gonna, and I know Petty put culture. That's not what I hear.
But I've got a culture of two.
I don't know what it is, but I don't hear culture.
Brighter than your blue.
Brighter than your blue. Okay, so. Okay.
And an 8-inch cock, and I'm breeding you.
An 8-inch cock, and I'm breeding you. I'm sorry. What the fuck? I don't think he's having sex with animals either. I think that's a really big stretch. I think it's just ramblings of a drunk asshole. That's what. Let me keep listening. Like Zero Jewel said, he's a poet and didn't know it.
But I've got a culture of two.
I wish I knew what he was saying right there.
Brighter than your blue.
Brighter than your blue.
And an 8-inch cock, and I'm breeding you.
An 8-inch cock,
Come
and I'm
here.
breeding you. It does sound like he smacked her ass. I don't know if he did. She's probably sitting down, so he didn't smack her ass. But I don't know.
What in the world? Oh my God. He did not.
He might have slapped her thigh or something. I don't
Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
know. It sounds like he's feeling frisky while they're just sitting there, to be quite honest. It's so weird. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Granny. None of that made any sense. It does. None of it made any sense. Like he's back there sitting there talking shit. Even if he was clapping to wake her up, even if she dozed off right there, if he was, that means he was talking shit to himself the whole time. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. Because I've been around those kind of drunk ramblings that didn't make any sense. You know, like I've had somebody call me and ask me what I was doing in the woods across from their house. And I was like, what? I was in bed asleep. It was like 2:00 in the morning. And they said, and they were, you know, alcoholics. And they said, what are you doing over there across the street? And I was like, what? I'm not across the street. And I could tell they were drunk, of course. It was mumbling, rambling. And they was like, yeah, I see you. Just come on over. What are you doing? Come on over here. And I was like, I'm in the motherfucking bed, bruh. I'm not across the street. Oh, and what's across the street from that person's house is just woods. I was like, this don't make no damn sense. I'm just saying, like, if you've never been around somebody who drinks like that or has an alcohol problem, then you probably wouldn't understand. Like, what's going on in his mind right now. What's going on in his mind right now is not a lick a bit of sense. That's what's going on. But that's even when he's sober sometimes too. So I'll give you that. But that's what I think about it, Granny. There. All right. So back to this, because supposedly Emily goes up there. I'm not sure why Emily Pickles goes up there, but this all just happened right before I started my live, so I wanted to watch it with y'all. I'm going to put it on 125 and run out to my car real quick.
It's not easy for everybody, but you know, she's had an
Hey,
hey,
I wasn't
There she
trying to
is.
spur up anything, and I don't know who that sassy person is. And wait, before I start, what have I done at Queens? I had a different opinion, and Queens is about different opinions and going up, and like it's not a.
I know, but
everybody has the same
you have
opinion.
this odd way, Emily, of like when you give your opinion, you don't like when others give their opinion to your opinion. And that's what I personally saw happen in the chat today. Could I have missed a few comments? Sure. But it seemed like you harped on that one thing of where you believe that there may be DV happening, and I simply disagreed that there may be. And it's like, and it just kept going.
Well, the only thing I heard was Brittany say, yes, we had some hard times, whatever. Look, I can't fucking stand, first of all, I can't stand Brittany, okay? I support you. I think you know that. It has nothing
Absolutely.
to do with not supporting you or that I like Brittany. If somebody's been through DV, I don't think that other people should say, I mean, everybody can say whatever the hell they want, first of all. But
I see Remy calling Emily a liar. I guess I'm going to have to rewind it and actually listen. I thought we'd get a little bit before anything happened. Okay, here we go.
Her channel, then her shit will start popping up. I don't want that. I don't ever visit her channel. What's going on, Emily? What the hell's the problem today?
She said in the back, she said, hold on.
Hold on, please. Strap in, melons. Here we go. Thank you, Irish Ice, for doing that. I know it's not easy for everybody, but you know, she's had an
hey,
I
wasn't trying to spur up anything, and
my question is also, why is Granny covering Brittany right now? Brittany hasn't spoke on Granny this weekend, has she? Somebody let me know in the chat, because I don't. The little bit I was in her streams this weekend, I didn't hear her bring up Granny. So why is Granny covering Brittany if she wants to be done with it all?
Who the sassy person is? And wait, before I start, what have I done at Queens? I had a different opinion, and Queens is about different opinions and going up, and like it's not a.
I know, but you have this odd way, Emily, of like when you give your opinion, you don't like when others give their opinion to your opinion, and that's what I personally saw happen in the chat today.
I agree with that. She came up one time on Dietz's panel when it pertained to Center, and she had her opinions, but she didn't like anybody giving their opinions back. So I got to agree with that.
I've missed a few comments, sure, but it seemed like you harped on that one thing of where you believe that there may be DV happening, and I simply disagreed that there may be. And it's like,
okay, so there's more that happened before and after. There's no way I can go back and get that because her chat's not live. So, or her chat's still live. I'd have to go over that later. The only part I'm listening for is where they accuse her of being part of the HOA. That's the only reason I'm listening to this. So that's really all the context I need. Just saying.
And it just kept going.
Well, the only thing I heard was Brittany say, yes, we had some hard times, whatever. Look, I can't fucking stand, first of all, I can't stand Brittany, okay? I support you. I think you know that. It has nothing
Absolutely.
to do with not supporting you or that I like Brittany. If somebody's been...
She has. I agree. Oh, okay. She did discuss her with Brantley. Sorry, but that's my opinion. No, you're right. Because she spoke with Brantley about Granny, now Granny needs to go live about her. It's just a never-ending fucking cycle, bro. When are one of you gonna break it? The HOA is a homeowners association. It's what we used to, well, actually, we didn't call ourselves that, but somebody labeled me, Nunya, and Dietz as the HOA of the community. They were trying to be funny. And it was funny, and we took it and we used it, and that's what we named ourselves. Well, now the HOA is dead. We're the opinionated community. Get it right.
Through DV, I don't think that other people should say, I mean, everybody can say whatever the hell they want, first of all, but I just don't think like to say I don't think she's been through it. I don't think this, whatever. Even if she says she's not, she probably doesn't want people to believe it because everybody's on her ass and says stuff. That's what I think.
Right. I
That's
agree
my
with that.
opinion.
Like Brittany said, I never experienced DV except for the man who beat me was actually charged with his crime,
Well,
incarcerated for it, and I still have scars on my face from it. So, you know, I'm sorry,
with
but
that either.
right.
Two things that, I mean,
But
that
nobody,
doesn't mean
I'm not disagreeing with you that she may have been a DV victim at that time or that is an unhealthy or toxic relationship. All I'm saying is it doesn't impact my day to day and it's not going to change how I feel or speak about her. That's
No,
like, you know what I mean?
I don't even.
Yeah, I didn't watch where Brantley went on Brittany J's. I went in there kind of I think Brantley had just jumped off the panel when I woke up from my nappy nap and seen she was live. And I went in there and talked my shit to somebody for a minute. But I don't know what Brantley and her discussed pertaining to Granny or how long they discussed it, but
know what somebody had said or what was said in chat or what I have just said. I do think that she is that did happen. I do believe that he is abusive to her. I do believe by hearing his voice, he is abusive to her and the things that he says. Do I think?
No, of course, reading out her DV report wouldn't impact her at all. She only brought it out and caused chaos. Right. No, she has not said that. She says she's not a victim. It's a good question. Why is her domestic violence a topic of conversation this morning? You went live to talk about bestiality. Why are we talking about the DV? Well, that's my point, Eric Jasper, is we can think what we want to think about Craig, but it's still who she's chosen to live her life with. It's not fair to come on and, constantly have my opinion about him. It is tit for tat. It is. No, I mean, Granny said that Brittany said Granny's DV never. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if she said that. Maybe. If she has, I would love to hear a clip of it. I agree, Petunia. I agree. No, I know, Eric, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I try not to speak on Craig so much. I just think he's an idiot. It just is what it is, and I keep it moving.
She's toxic too. Do I think she says stuff? Yes. I'm not trying to be argumentative. Somebody said in chat that maybe I was triggered, blah, 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 blah. And I would.
My email? Oh, hold on, Texas. Ooh. There it is, baby.
She's commenting. I think what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And if there's a police report out there, just because he didn't get charged, there's a lot of reasons, different counties, different states. If she didn't want to cooperate, maybe she was scared
you're saying
or
check
whatever.
it. Did you email that email, Texas? All right, I'll check it.
And she probably tell me I was whatever for saying that this happened. But I just think that just because a woman says, no, this didn't happen, it doesn't mean it does. They don't have to admit to. I know what was said. It was said, you said, I don't think she's a victim because she won't admit to it. And I disagree with that.
I did not say that. I didn't say I don't think she's a victim because she won't admit to it. That's not what I said.
Or you said, I don't think it happened or something like that.
No, that's also not what I said. I said Brittany said.
Okay. Gotcha.
That it didn't happen.
Right.
I never said I don't think it happened. I very much believe it happened.
You said Brittany didn't say it happened. So however you said, I don't know.
I said if Brittany says it didn't happen, it's not on us to keep saying that she's in a DV situation because it's not our business. That's all I said. Like we can't force her to admit she's in a DV and it don't change anything, even if we do acknowledge it or not. That's
all that wasn't said like all at once when I commented, but I get. But the bottom line is it doesn't matter either way. It was years ago.
Okay, so apparently, somebody in Granny's chat brought up sleep deprivation as a form of DV, and Granny disagreed that DV happened in general. And that's what started the conversation between her and Emily Pickles. but the example that was used was the clap on, clap off, and where BJ says, Craig, you have to let me sleep. I know I did hear that at the end of that clip, and it was kind of heartbreaking. Like she didn't even realize she was still streaming. I don't know.
But I just don't think just because somebody doesn't admit that they were, I mean, if somebody doesn't
Morning,
admit that they were
Coffee.
already,
They
that
said-
like, and it happened,
You're
I just said I don't
arguing
agree with
semantics
it.
with yourself at this point, though, because to even compare, like if somebody didn't say they were art, did it happen, is going
Well,
to
it's a victim of
extremes.
something. It's just a victim of something. I mean, you either are, I mean, they're not.
Hey, Christy.
The comment I first made, it was just saying, I don't agree. I think that she is still a victim, no matter if somebody.
I think it's possibly dangerous to put victimization on somebody that maybe isn't a victim, because we don't live in that home. We don't know. But I will say there is a reason she won't be like, hey, bro, shut the fuck up and move to the next room, you know?
Is charged or not, or if they stay with the person, I stay with it. That's my bottom line. I think she is. And there's nothing I'm going to do. I'm not going to go pick her up and take her to a shelter. I'm not going to do anything. I just made the comment that I disagreed with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything more than.
Basically, Remy, it's a good comparison. So if someone denies they were abused or raped because they can't face it, does that mean they aren't a victim? It's a good comparison. Brittany says she's a warrior. She doesn't consider herself a victim because they worked past it. They worked through it. And good for you. But regardless, she is still, a victim of that specific situation.
That, and then whoever sassy somebody is, I don't
know.
know.
But really, none of this is our business to even be talking about. Like, this is something that happened between her and her significant other years ago. It's not for us to even know or be having these deep conversations about.
They said something about me wanting to stir up shit. I wasn't trying. I was just saying I disagree. People disagree every day in chats and have their own opinions. And it wasn't.
I think your disagreement kept going, though, is why
because you read out all my. You kept reading out my comments.
Bro, I listened to Brittany's live this morning from last night, and she stayed awake the whole time. But you could absolutely, it's that mic she's got. The mic she has picks up all her breathing. Like just sitting there looking up something on Google, while she's looking up something, you could hear her breathing, and it was just like so congested. Oh my God, it makes my chest feel tight. I just want her to take care of herself. And the first thing to do that would be, in my mind, is a schedule that works for her and the kids. Fuck the other one. That ain't even a concern for me. She's the one running everything. So a schedule for her and the kids would do so much good.
Well, that's why you chat, right? Like people chat.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's why it kept kind of.
Because I think you were taking the approach that like I'm dismissing DV or something. I'm simply telling you that's not the case. There's nothing we can.
Yes, Pixie. Yes, I agree.
Do rather we believe it or not. If she says that they are safe, it is no longer our place to say otherwise, is all I was saying.
Well, just because she says she's safe and they're safe now, that it's not our business now. If that's what she's saying, no, it's not our business overall. Like the DV report should have never been brought here. Just like Clue's ex's report should have never been brought here.
Like what can be done with it anyway?
I don't think that there can be. That's not my point. I don't think there anything can be done with it, Granny. That's the thing. I think that it's getting taken to a different level. All I was saying was I disagree that she was a victim of it.
Well, how about this? Here's the way I stand on it, right? What if a woman accuses a man of doing something really heinous to her, right? And then there's a whole court thing and that man ain't charged. Is it fair for me to continue to look at this man like he's a piece of shit?
Well, if there's a court hearing and they find out he's not guilty, but they never did do anything with it. With the domestic,
it's the same thing.
It's not, and no, I would still look at that human being as a piece of shit. But instead, she made the choice to continue on and to work through it.
Do you know, though, that in North Carolina, prosecutors often will prosecute domestic violence cases even if the victim no longer wants?
Blue does hate women. She hates women so fucking much, bro.
to participate or they want the charges dropped?
Absolutely, they will. And I know because I had a case like that on myself.
Hey,
It
Rhonda.
doesn't matter. She
And the
admitted that
state
it
picked it
happened.
up. The state literally picked it up.
She didn't admit
Yes, she
that it
did.
happened, though, Emily. I guess it depends what day you listen to her because she gives several different stories, right?
I've
But
never heard her say it didn't. So
yeah. Well,
Yeah, exactly, Zero Jules. A lot of cases don't even reach court, Clue. They are still pieces of shit.
She did. At one point, she, everybody got it backwards. They got it wrong. And I mean, I think ultimately.
The only time I saw her, she was crying on piano. She said it was a bad time, blah, 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 blah. They went to counseling. I don't believe that.
They went through counseling.
I agree with that, Lolly. I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't. But I do believe that.
But see, the thing is, I can see things like that towards Brittany J because I don't hate her. I don't love her and I don't hate her. I'm just a side person watching this shit go down. So I can find the empathy and sometimes even sympathy for her situation because I don't hate her. So that is allowed in my space, in my brain. The bad crosses my brain, sure. But I can also look at the other side and see that as well. And a lot of these people don't see that. It's either one way or the other. Like, hey, it's tough living in a gray zone, but it's absolutely necessary and it's the most fair way to living in the gray zone is the most fair way to have conversations, to welcome input from the good and the bad, or to process thoughts of the good and the bad. Because when you don't, and it's just either black or white, you have motherfuckers out here killing people for their free fucking speech. Just saying. These motherfuckers in politics, sorry, that's a whole nother thing. They are black and white, and the government's doing it to us, and they want us to fight. United we stand. What is it? United we stand. Together we fall. What is it? I can't even remember that quote. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. Like, we need to come together as people in general. We need to be more willing to hear people out. We need to be more willing to, dislike somebody for all of these reasons, 50,000 million reasons that I dislike this person, but maybe that person that I dislike so much has something else going on that I can sympathize with. I'm just, listen, divided. Okay. What is it? Divided we fall. United we stand, divided we fall. That's what it was. I said it last night. I don't know how I fucking forgot it. I said it in somebody's chat last night. Maybe. I don't remember whose chat it was. But that's absolutely the truth. United we stand, divided we fall. And this country is falling very fast.
I
don't want to make this about politics. I'm just saying that's the first thing that popped in my head is when you're not willing to be respectful and to find that empathy and consideration, you end up hateful. And that's exactly what's going on.
Believe it. I do. That's the part I believe.
And I do too. But what difference does it make in our conversation today if we believe it or not?
Because
that's all I'm getting at.
Granny, if we go back and look, is you just saying you're not going to say it happened because she said
no, I wasn't talking about that situation. I'm talking about in current times. In current times, I'm not going to go with this narrative that she's a.
Yes, Kelsey, division does destroy, bro. Like, it's like, and again, politics has fuck all to do with the trauma community, right? But when you look at it, there is politics in the trauma community, not American politics. You know what I'm saying? Not the government politics. We have our own politics in the trauma community. And it's like, we just need to be willing, more patient, more willing to see the good as well as the bad, to acknowledge the good and the bad, to accept this person for their good and their bad. We just need more of that. I'm telling y'all, it's not going to be good if we don't.
A prisoner of this man.
We need to get our shit together.
Forced to go live, unable to sleep. I'm not going to push that narrative because I think it's. I know, but that's what I wasn't speaking to you, Emily. I'm speaking to this audience of 1,300 people, hun. I'm not speaking directly to you when I'm saying these things.
Did you tell your panel that you asked me to come up here because
I did ask her to come up. I did because I didn't want it to keep going in the chat because I rather work things out as adults and converse and understand because it's hard to get comments in chat. It's hard.
I agree with that. I'm glad if they were going back and forth like that in the chat, I'm glad she wanted Emily Pickles to join up. It's so much easier.
Or tones it and it keeps it going. It seems like the conversation drags out because the person can only type so much at a time. So I did absolutely ask Emily to come up to settle it. But what I wasn't saying I don't believe that situation.
Who you talking to, Breezy? Who you talk to? No one is perfect but God. And some people don't believe in a God. So it should just be no one's perfect. You know? Soup, apparently, somebody said in chat they feel like DV could still, the not letting Brittany J sleep or whatever could be a form of DV in its own way. Granny disagreed. So her and Emily have been going back and forth in the chat. Granny says, come up here because it's too hard to understand in the chat, which I agree with. And that's where we are right now. But the whole reason I pulled this up is because they said that they eventually started blaming Emily Pickles of being in the HOA, Soup. The HOA. Who is Breezy talking to? Did she say? Well, I haven't seen a response, but Breezy, if you're talking to me, I was in the trauma community. I've been in the trauma community for 3 years, bitch. Mind your business. Most of the motherfuckers over here wouldn't even consider themselves trauma. I was the one saying, yes, this is me. Fuck it. This is what my channel is. Now everybody is. But don't come for me, bitch. I didn't send for you.
Matter of fact, I fucking cried for Brittany that it happened. It broke my fucking heart. I'm not some cold-hearted bitch that doesn't believe victims. I believe them, unlike her, who tried to take away my story. I believed her.
I would love proof of Brittany, because Granny's basically saying Brittany J tried to say that Granny wasn't a victim. I would love to hear that. That's what Allie was asking about earlier.
What I won't do. And it's not because I don't, because it's unfair to project our situations, our way of thinking into their household and claim that she's some current victim being held. I don't agree with it. I think it's unfair to do. And I hate Brittany too, and you know that. But I still think it's unfair to do to her. To give this narrative like she's being held hostage isn't fair.
No, Randa, I hadn't either. I hadn't either.
Anything like that.
No,
but I just want to say to chat
just
a second here is, when did this place become an echo chamber that somebody can't voice their opinion around here? I mean,
true. We're in the opinionated community, but we are branched off of the crime community. Listen, bitch, mind your business. I've been here. I ain't going nowhere. There was a time, though, that I did go over to the LCU because this place was just filthy. And then I realized everywhere's filthy, even the LCU. So here I am.
It's absolutely ridiculous that we're all supposed to just like.
But here's the thing, though, Emily. I think you feel that way because somebody was like atting you back. But from my perspective, it seemed more like you were pissed that they didn't see your perspective. And all they were saying, the first comment was being really kind and saying, Emily, it seems like this is personal to you. Maybe take a step back for today because you did seem like you were getting upset, maybe off of past experiences. And I think they genuinely meant that, not as an insult to you. Then I saw it go a little bit further where you said, Sassy, I'm sorry that you're a crowd follower. I'm not. Many people in the chat had different opinions, like, is he forcing her to go live? Hence why she said, I need to go to sleep type of thing.
Okay, Sassy said to me, Emily just likes to argue and stir up shit. No, I like to give my opinion and I don't follow the crowd. And I'm sorry if that's what it's supposed to go on in here. I'm sorry. If I'm just supposed to just say, okay, Granny, I agree with you.
This is not the first time Emily Pickles has spoken out against what the crowd runs with. So I can give her that credit.
Okay.
If that's what was supposed to go on, you would have been blocked the first time you disagreed. It's unfair because one commenter came at you to act like this is now an echo chamber. Bree's been in here pushing back on me for weeks.
All I'm saying is I'm reading the comments right now, and I don't want to keep arguing, but I'm just saying, and I'm not just talking about your chat, I'm talking about several chats. Everybody, if someone has a different opinion and wants to say, their opinion lately, the last year, it's like, oh, don't do that. Don't do it. Because, and I'm not just saying you, I'm just saying in general, it's like, no, don't do that. You know? And if it's because it's like Britney, then it's like, oh, because we hate her, don't do that. I'm sorry. I'm going to voice
Yes. What the fuck? I mean, I didn't expect that kind of like, you know, confrontation. It's calm. She's being respectful, but she's telling it what she feels. And that's what a lot of people have been saying. That's why she was accused of being part of the HOA. This right here. Her opinion right here is her standing out and saying, listen, I don't give a fuck if it's Brittany J or not. If it was anyone, there would be that sympathy, that sadness for them, you know, that understanding in a sense. And they don't fucking like that. They don't like that.
my opinion. And if people don't fucking like it, I don't fucking care. I'm not trying to be rude to be Granny. I'm just saying,
I
think
agree.
people need to, you know, realize that people have different opinions. And if you have a different opinion, hey.
Honest question though, Emily, how many times have you heard me speak out against the masses?
You do. And so they have
so
a
why
problem.
would it be?
You do, but then you join in. It's like, I cannot. You do. I've absolutely said Granny. And Granny does get blamed or has gotten blamed for a lot of shit that didn't belong to her. So I understand the aggravation, the anger, all of that. But somebody's got to be the bigger, better person. Like, them out. Ice them out. I don't care who it is. Somebody ice somebody else out.
Because,
like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand that people just sit back and just go with it. If I disagree, I'm going to say, and all I said to you, Granny, was I disagreed, and I said why, and then you said something, and I said, well, it came out in the public that it happened, and then I said that Brittany, yes, she did, because you said, no, she didn't ever, she admitted that it didn't happen, and I said, yes, I.
What elephant in the room, Indy? Are you picking up something I'm not picking up? Let me know. Let me know. Give me, well, even if it's the same thing I'm picking up, I want more detail into that comment. If you show even the slightest of concern for Brittany or their behavior, you will be treated like garbage. Like, and the thing is, people want to know, like, why is Joneson backing her up? Why is Joneson going against the group, right? Going against the grain, essentially. Well, it's because I have my own reasons of why I have sympathy for Brittany J. And it's things that I'm not willing to be so irresponsible as to come out here and have conversations about it. It just is what it is. So the best I can tell you is I don't like the gang up. I don't like the dogpiling. And I don't. But there are other things that I see that are red flags to me that puts fear in my heart. That's it. What'd you say? Clue? Oh, the elephant in the room. Yeah, Clue's always the elephant in the room. She's the elephant in the room about Sebastian Rogers. She's the elephant in the room about Brittany J. She's always the fucking elephant in the room.
Heard her say it happened.
Right. And I'm telling you, it depends what day you listen to her. Because on one day, while Craig's not there, she's crying that it did happen, but everything's okay. They got therapy, blah, blah, blah. Then when Craig's there, she switches her story all the time.
No, say it so. Why do you think that is? Hello? Play your words back. Play your words back. I implore you to play those words back. And really step outside of the hatred you have and the anger you feel in your heart. And think about what the fuck you just said.
Which is understandable because she's standing next to the guy and it was nobody's business. And if people believe I put it out on purpose or not, I don't give a fuck. I didn't. And I didn't know what was coming up. But she has a right to lie about that situation, just like you never own a docs, whatever. My thing is, depending on what day it is, if it's convenient or not, she owns it. If it's not convenient, everybody got it backwards. And I'm basically saying to this very moment, it's not our business, so who fucking cares? Which
okay, I agree with that. Yes, but how can you? Oh my God, how can you have these conversations? Oh Lord, fuck it.
Way we feel about it. All that matters is how she feels.
Right. I mean, it was just because it was a conversation, and that's how it went.
It never could be for me, Soup. It never could be. Even though there's still tons of things I don't like that Brittany J does, there's that little bit of sympathy still, like, and I don't think she's the worst person. I don't. I feel like there's way worse people out here, including one of them sitting on this panel.
But I'm gonna say, and when that thing happened, and there was people that were giving you backlash, y'all
got some good comments today.
So, and I only saw her say it one time when she was crying. I didn't see the other one. I can't apologize for it because I didn't see it. That's the only time I saw it. So,
I get what you're saying. I'm talking about current times. I'm talking about today. Can we just project onto that's what's happening right now? And I say no. I think that's unfair to do, because if she herself comes out and says everything's fine,
and by that I'll say she's not the worst, and neither is Clue. And Clue's worse to me than Brittany J is. Just saying. Like, they condemn Brittany J for her true crime. Well, what about Clue's true crime? What about the tragedy pimping she did? What about the blaming victims she's done? You know, it's like I just look at what she did with Sebastian Rogers' case. It's just undeniable. And even though I think Clue is worse than Brittany J in this sector, she still ain't the worst overall.
Whether people believe it or not, it's not our place. It's not our business. That's all I was saying.
Well, I can tell you too, from a judge standpoint, right?
Right.
It's also not fair to say that she is a victim of anything when he wasn't, quite frankly, convicted of.
Ain't nobody here a judge. What the fuck are you even talking about?
Anything.
Nothing. Prosecuted nothing.
How did that?
Well, I can tell you too, from a judge standpoint, right?
Right.
It's also not fair to say that she is a victim of anything when he wasn't, quite frankly, convicted of anything.
Okay, so she's saying because if things were to go to court, I guess that's what she means. Otherwise, I can't understand it. But, you know, she says a lot of things she doesn't mean in certain ways, like weaponizing your pedophile ex. You didn't mean it that way.
Nothing. Prosecuted nothing.
What you gonna do? Sick 'em, boy. Sick 'em.
Which is, and you got to admit, being in true crime, Emily, that's bizarre.
Especially in North Carolina, because they don't fuck around. Like,
no, it's not uncommon at all, Lindsay.
You don't want to prosecute someone? Okay, we'll handle it. Thanks.
Yeah, I said it matters from state to state, county to county. I can't say what the state is there or why. But
yep.
I would think if
every single time, Alicia. Eventually, Betty went to jail, but it took a lot.
The police were going to write a report, that they'd look to see if she had the marks, if they're going to write it on a report. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I don't know that part. If the police is going to write all that report.
Oh, I'm not arguing that it didn't happen.
Right, nobody does it.
Right.
Right.
We shouldn't, right, Eric Jasper. That's the point we shouldn't know about either. And I can say this from somebody who has put somebody's business out. Unintentionally, I'll say. Because I shared it with somebody who put it out. But regardless, had I not shared it, that person, Queen's business, wouldn't have been out there. So, how all I'm doing is going from a space where I used to be, where I allowed myself to go that path. And I'm standing back from it because I've learned from it. And I'm saying, y'all are on that same path and y'all are just steady on it. You're just keeping it going. It's what I shared with Center about Queen's business was nobody's business, not even mine. And I'm just trying to help other people see it's not for us. The same way what I got on Queen was not for us. I learned that shit. I took that shit in. I sympathized with how Queen was probably feeling about that. Now, I don't sympathize with everything because she lies with it as well, but I did sympathize with how would I feel if that was done to me? How would I feel if that was a report with Caden's, not even Caden's name, but Caden mentioned in it with his friends? I would be upset too. I would feel invaded and violated as well. So I speak on this now because I can, because I learned how hurtful it can be.
I don't like Brittany. I support Granny. I'm against all of that other stuff. You know, I'm against all that.
Right.
I just, I've been in this situation, and I just don't like when people
It really is.
try and say,
it is so important. I cannot express that enough. Like, it is important to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Now, me and Queen still go back and forth tit for tat. You know, it does still happen, but it doesn't. My sympathy for that situation and my involvement in it and how I hurt somebody, it was not something I was proud of. And it's still not something I'm proud of, but we can still go tit for tat, bitch. Let's go.
No, it didn't, and that's the way I took it. If I took it wrong, Granny, I apologize. I have more problem with the backlash now that somebody can't have a different opinion.
Yeah,
or
Pixie, pretty much.
Whatever. And then so they get people saying, I get like all these people coming at me, saying stuff. It just, I don't know. I just find it odd that everybody's supposed to just agree with the creators. Like it's, I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. But I'm like you, Granny. I have a mouth, and I have a mouth, and a big opinion on things, and I'm going to say what I think. And
I think I think how most people are feeling is like they understand your opinion, but don't argue against theirs either, right?
Well,
she doesn't view it that way.
Okay, so Emily shouldn't argue against their opinions that they're allowed to have, but they're allowed to argue against Emily's opinions that she's supposedly allowed to have.
She's upset because some of you in the chat are being a little rough right now. I see it too, so I understand what she's saying. Let's not be totally unfair. But I do think when others started disagreeing, you kind of were like, well, doubling down instead of accepting. Like, okay,
I can't think of what her name is now, because she wrote on there something about I argued with her because I did.
Yeah, Remy, exactly.
Because she said it did not happen, and I said, how do you know? You casual art, you weren't there, and it's the truth. She wasn't there, just like I wasn't there. But I'm certainly not gonna speak as fact. I'm gonna go for the person that there's a report out. The police wrote a report, and it said that. And I listen to that asshole every night. The things he says, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he's certainly not a gentleman. I agree with that.
The way
he's certainly not a gentleman.
So that's just what I am. Everybody has an opinion. I answered the people back. It wasn't like
fair opinion, which is what we've all been saying about the drugs. You cannot confidently, and now I see Emily in some of those chats about the guns and drugs. So I'm a little confused, but she's saying you can, maybe it's because DV touches her more, than the others. But she's saying essentially, you can't know if it really happened or not because you weren't there. And to blatantly say it didn't happen or it did would be wrong. You are to assume, okay, maybe